The Science of Getting Rich. Wallace D. Wattles' classic self-help book, The Science of Getting Rich, contains all the information we need to draw wealth into our lives. Do you feel like there are obstacles in your way? Do you not receive your dues? Are you having trouble with the money game? After reading this book, those impediments will undoubtedly vanish. Wallace D. Wattles' 1910 book, The Science of Getting Rich, served as the basis for a number of significant works, including Rhonda Byrne's book, The Secret, which popularized the law of attraction. Overview. The author was born in America and experienced a lot of hardship, poverty, and failure in his early years. In the end, he made the decision to alter his life. According to him, you have unwittingly decided to become impoverished, unsuccessful, and ill if you do not become wealthy, prosperous, and healthy. The author claims that the purpose of this book is to make every man and woman wealthy. The author uses clear, uncomplicated language to provide lessons that have the potential to permanently alter your life in each chapter. Chapter 1. The Prerogative to Wealth. A man's desire to live a full and prosperous life is becoming easier and easier with money. The only goal in life is constant progress, and money may help people grow mentally, physically, and spiritually. Therefore, it is crucial to understand the science behind becoming wealthy in the modern era. Satisfaction for less is the greatest sin in the world. When you can succeed greatly, why settle for less? The three aspects of our lives, body, mind, and soul, all depend on our desire to become wealthy. The body needs nourishment, clothing, and housing, but it also needs freedom from labor, good books, and other forms of mental and spiritual enjoyment. Additionally, the body, mind, and spirit cannot all be satisfied in poverty. Therefore, our first responsibility is to be wealthy. In order to achieve your goal of being wealthy, you need first properly study collaborative science. Chapter 2. The Science of Wealth Creation. According to the author, just like physics and mathematics, richness has rules. Anyone can study and follow them to get wealthy. Wealth comes from a stable working system and constant effort. Those who unintentionally follow this practice end up wealthy, while others, despite their best efforts, stay impoverished. Being wealthy does not come from a certain setting or line of work. Even riches doesn't care about talent, intelligence, or unique skills. The world's most talented people frequently work with less skilled people. Furthermore, obtaining money from misers is not how Amiri came to be. To consistently grow wealthy, one must aim for a clear process. With so many rich people and so few poor people in the world, one would wonder if getting rich is a difficult journey. Only those who are smart, talented, dumb, healthy, unhealthy, strong, and weak have become wealthy, not because nature has already bestowed upon us all the qualities we need to succeed. You have the potential to become wealthy if a man from your city does. You can only provide your best effort if you put your heart into the work you are passionate about. If your neighbor is more successful than you in the same industry, it indicates that you too operate differently. You have to emulate your neighbor's behavior if you want to be wealthy. Chapter 3. Is there monopolization of opportunity? Money does not belong to any one person. Nature gives everyone the chance to seize the moment. Everyone has an equal chance to advance in life, regardless of their status, Raja or Runka, wealthy or impoverished, servant or possession. Bosses do not oppress or crush servants through large-scale business, making them poor. However, the way those people think, act, and behave goes against the richness science. Chapter 4. The Fundamental Idea of the Science of Wealth. Thoughts originate in our brain, the epicenter of thought. The brain is where everything we create begins. Without thinking, it is impossible to create anything. All of our efforts up to this point have involved manual work. There is just construction, conversion, or change going on. The idea of creation from amorphous materials has not yet been considered. We still rely on nature's resources to satisfy our ideas. The following basic truths must be believed in order to consider modern building that does not involve manual labor. The element of thought, the fundamental substance that exists everywhere in a variety of visible and unseen forms, is the basis for everything. Items are produced based on the concept that originates in this component. These thoughts have the power to produce the desired effects in the human mind. This is the first rule of wealth. When you do what you enjoy, you begin to think about what you like to believe. We are free to believe anything comes to mind. This is God's greatest gift to humanity. However, considering the invisible future is more difficult than considering the apparent now. Planning is challenging since it is easy to agree with what is visible while considering the hidden. Most people avoid it because of this. Anything we observe becomes our thought because it is simple to accept what is in front of us. On the contrary, preparing your thoughts and bringing them to life is a difficult and sincere task. Don't think about what you don't want. Just think or picture what you desire. Steer clear of religious events where the major message is that riches is the cause of all injustices and tragedies. Avoid reading books, periodicals, and journals that contradict the objective. Have total faith in the 3 facts mentioned above, adhere to them without question or disagreement, and make them a habit. Chapter 5: Growing Life. Extension is a life symptom. Every living thing aims for constant growth. Growth will never stop and should continue for the sake of life's advancement. Additionally, our brain enjoys growing. Every thinking generates a fresh concept. We have the innate right to hope for more than nature. God desires for you to be wealthy as well. He wants to use you to show off His best qualities. You can assist God in this wonderful endeavor as well. Nature wants you to succeed in all you set your mind to. You own everything, of course. First, acknowledge this fact. Happiness should be the driving force behind Bahujan Hitaya, Bahujan Shikaya, rather than self-interest. Maintaining life on a physical, mental, and spiritual level should be your aim. There is no better way to live than this. We are all experts in this art, of course. It is like living like an animal to lead a life that is deficient, violent, and unimportant. Recall that the main obstacles to success are extreme selfishness and devotion. Don't put your faith in such conventional things. God wants your devotion. God wants you to give it your all, since doing so will allow you to truly assist others. To be at your best, you must be wealthy. Avoid competition, envy, and spying. Don't dispute too much. Never defraud someone for your own gain. Work only for someone or for someone whose worth is lower than their qualifications. Never treat someone else's property disrespectfully. Avoid as many helpless trends as you can. It isn't God has granted a certain individual more merit. We are all equally capable. Being a producer rather than a competitor can help you achieve all of your goals and pay rewards to everyone on your team. Every power is prepared to produce the wealth you need to be wealthy. The question is, however, are you prepared? Chapter 6: How you become rich. Although a consumer cannot receive an item that is worth more than the price he has displayed, he can receive a higher quality and more useful item. When you concentrate on construction and leave rivalry behind, it's a lot easier to help others. The simplest approach is to quit fighting someone else and begin coping with yourself. If you have strong resolve and conceal your desire for the good of others, you can achieve anything. You don't have to be bashful, anxious, or afraid to ask for more. Ask will be given to you. Knocking gate will be opened for you. Seek path will be shown to you, says Isha Christ. The most important thing is to do the work of sending us whatever we need for abundance in life, and we will always do it. God's blessings include hopes, desires, and expectations. Only God is able to fulfill them, since they are boundless like God. How reluctant are you to anticipate more? Then, the majority of people fall prey to misconceptions. Anika thinks that leading a life of sacrifice, poverty, and compromise can please God. They view poverty as a divinely ordained game of fate. Chapter 7: Appreciation. Your appreciative approach can make it easy and practical to control and balance the brain for a specific purpose. First, you have to think that cognitive ingredients are the foundation of all operations. The only source for achieving your daily goals is the second component. Third, thankfulness is the only way to make peace with it. To be poor is to be unappreciative. They do not claim that poverty is a terrible injustice that God has inflicted upon them. They continually disrupt the specific agenda that God has planned for them by stating this. Everything that is coming your way today is doing so via a prearranged course. Your thankfulness speeds up this trip and gives you more opportunities to access the things that are important to you. Additionally, gratitude shields your brain against dangerous and lethal ideas. A sense of distrust results from inconsistent gratitude. When mistrust enters the mind, it begins to fall apart. Your brain begins preparing and conveying the emotions associated with poverty or powerlessness as soon as you start concentrating on them. You consequently begin to draw in folks who share your emotions. Positive thoughts usually arise from a grateful attitude. Due to its profitable programming, it consistently produces positive outcomes. You must be thankful for everything, good and terrible, if you want to achieve your mission. Avoid wasting your time talking about pointless or harmful subjects. God has a special plan that has been working for a long time to get to us where we are now. We should presume that God is correct in his position and that he desires our well-being rather than contesting this plan. Chapter 8. Adopting a particular mindset. You must first program your brain to receive the desired outcome. Only then will it be able to send the appropriate waves. Due to their pre-existing expectations, many people are unable to accomplish this. They struggle with their desires all the time. They are unable to express their viewpoint to the idea element in such a scenario. You have already guaranteed your failure when you begin to work on your thoughts with mistrust and uncertainty. Always have a huge idea. You begin to feel the present as though it were the future. Stay focused on your objective and consistently cultivate your thoughts during downtime. Your brain begins to vibrate in such a circumstance. It begins to release certain kinds of waves. It's everything in your hands, just like Aladdin. You must take precautions to avoid turning into a shaykhili. Your initial goal should be to realize your dream and have faith in your ability to do it. How to use the will in Chapter 9. Willpower is a powerful tool for achieving financial success. Even if it suits him, use your will for yourself and not for the other. To think in a certain way and obtain the intended fruit, use your judgment. Avoid dividing your ideas into 10 suggestions at once. Your chances of success increase with the depth of your purpose and faith. Studying poverty is acceptable if your goal is to become wealthy. Dreams cannot come true if we take a different course of action. We look for cures by studying illnesses, and we look for virtue by studying sin. Steer clear of squandering your time on religious or charitable organizations that aim to eradicate poverty. The only way to combat poverty is to strive for wealth. The impoverished require inspiration, but so do those with little incomes who require kindness, mercy, or pleading. To assist the impoverished, you must first become wealthy before allowing them to do the same. Chapter 10. Utilizing the will further. When working against the dream or in the other direction, it is pointless to expect it to come true. Don't dwell too much on the problems or hardships of the past. Don't keep talking about your ancestors' poor financial situation or struggles. Your brain will begin to have inferiority complexes as a result. Consequently, it reduces the velocity of your optimistic ideas. Spend time learning positive things. Avoid persons who provide depressing periodicals or information. God has planted the seed of success in your mind, and he will cultivate it with good ideas every day and night, shield it from the bad, and provide the ideal conditions for it to develop. The ultimate aim of human existence is to achieve the pinnacle of prosperity. It is against the rules of nature to try to get money through competition, but when you do the same thing with innovative ideas, everything is different. You must follow through on your dream. Chapter 11. Behaving in a particular manner. The energy that propels creativity and yields the outcomes we seek comes from thought. Just thinking about your desire will not help you achieve it. If you do not take the required steps to make it a reality, your plan may fail. Humans haven't advanced far enough to be able to construct things solely by thought. Thus, in order to accomplish the intended result, ideas also need our efforts. Correctly work on your vision. You won't be able to realize your desire till then. When you realize the supra, things come to you on your own, but you won't be able to accept them until you've worked with them. If not, objects will go through your eyes and be visible just by rubbing your hands together. If you tried it right away, it would help. Don't put off your work because you're in the wrong industry or setting. Try to keep your attention on the here and now. It is a waste of time to dwell on the past. Don't waste time worrying about tomorrow. Instead, focus on the now. Don't assume that everything will be enigmatic or elusive. Allow your surroundings and time to adjust. Chapter 12. Effective Measures. Only when you want more than the present and work harder to achieve it can you make progress, as a lack of effort may make your desire for more pointless. Because of the efforts of individuals who have higher expectations, the world is moving forward today. Make it a habit to finish as much work as you can today. Those who put off today's jobs are also guaranteeing their own failure. Numerous abilities become active in attaining accomplishment after making a sincere effort. Despite the possibility that your efforts will not yield results, keep in mind the little things. Actions of all sizes are crucial. The amount of work you have done effectively is more significant than the amount of work you have completed. Merely completing a few tasks effectively will only result in failure. On the contrary, success comes from doing a job well, so you can work hard throughout your life to attain the success you want. The majority of people must properly balance their mental and physical faculties. They think one thing and act on it. You lose very appropriate control no matter what you think or do, so why not try to channel the energy in the proper way? Consequently, your first attempt will be 100% successful. Having success opens up a lot of other opportunities for success. Chapter 13. Choosing the correct line of work. To successfully complete any assignment, you must pay close attention to both your commitment and your ability to complete it. Dexterity is often the only way to finish the task. You can effectively complete related tasks using your expertise, but you don't have to use it to get wealthy. There are thousands of people in the world that are really skilled at what they do but lack financial resources. Being efficient in your work is okay, but it's crucial to use your abilities appropriately. The best instrument that God has given you is your brain. If you use it properly, you can make a lot of money doing any business you enjoy. If you invest your body, mind, and all of your skills and abilities into your development, you will almost certainly succeed in the field. You don't have to be an expert to succeed in any industry. Learning it can help you succeed, even if you have never done it before. However, it is simpler to be successful in the business you are interested in. Life is also known as doing what you love. Desires are an indication of strength. Finish all of your assignments to the highest standard. You will die from both needless delay and haste. Chapter 14. The Sense of Growth. Nature enjoys enough as well. God's message is about quantity too. Abundance is what all living things on this planet yearn for. Death is the result of interruption. Jesus Christ said that those in need will receive more, while those who are satisfied would receive less. Wishing for riches is merely a way to create abundance. It is neither a sin nor a crime. Our souls speak when we wish for plenty. Encourage everyone you encounter to take swift action toward prosperity. Feel as though you are accelerating your own achievement while simultaneously assisting thousands of others in achieving their goals. Make yourself feel so much better that everyone you interact with feels important and good about themselves. Would you kindly offer them a service that is worth more than the cost? Don't forget to exploit others for your own selfish ends. Don't try to trick or deceive anyone. Never attempt to get someone to dance on your finger or in your image. Take charge of your own future by being its creator. Avoid competitiveness, competition, hurry, or any of these. Keep in mind Jones's golden rule. Treat people the way you want them to. Chapter 15. The Man Who Advances. Your supervisor will support your success and be pleased with your effort. Keep in mind the richness principle at work. Keep in mind that the greatest asset of a manager is an employee that works diligently and honestly. He must therefore work where his boss wants him to, not where he wants to. Remember your achievement, make a firm decision, and continue working consistently in a particular path. Encourage everyone you encounter to achieve their goals. No economic, political, or industrial circumstance can prevent you from taking action. Finding a way to happen on your own is what you need to do to make it happen. Take advantage of the opportunities as you go toward a mirror. There is a relationship between opportunities. It is challenging to predict which event will be your first success because their links are invisible. God is responsible for ensuring that you succeed in the cosmos while you are determined to fail. You keep working, Chapter 16. A few warnings and a final note. You can become wealthy at any time by continuing down the route that the wealthy take, regardless of your nationality, caste, location, or social standing. In addition to showing respect for your country, caste, community, and location, becoming wealthy will pave the way for others to achieve success. Avoid squandering time by worrying excessively about potential future disasters. Give your entire focus to the daily tasks at hand. The likelihood of future catastrophes will immediately vanish once you master the art of managing daily tasks. Develop the mindset that everything that occurs, whether it is acceptable or not, is a cooperative effort in the universe's creation system, and never give up. Working in the right order will help you achieve your desired achievement. So be patient if you don't get it right away. Keep in mind that the intellect, not the sight, is what recognizes big opportunities. Lincoln's comments, "Weak people seek safety while winning opportunities," Abraham uses to close the book. In conclusion, all well, but how can I use this in my daily life? To accept The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Keep in mind, think positively since it's the only thing that can bring about material wealth. Appreciate. The law of gratitude is an inherent characteristic of behavior and response. God desires for you to be wealthy. Discard the idea of competition. Conduct business without being dishonest or exploitative. Without having to take care of it, nobody has anything that you do. Be an innovator rather than a rival. Everything you desire that is appropriate for the people around you is yours. By eschewing the competitive road, we ought to embrace the creative one. As we deepen our purpose and beliefs, we must cultivate a personal dream in our minds and keep thinking positively about it. Please refrain from thinking negatively until you get the results you want, as this can destroy your ambition by eroding your faith. While remaining in the current setting, we must make an effort to achieve our goals. Before long, everything begins to change on its own based on our thoughts. Book review: The Science of Getting Rich. Wallace D. Wattles' classic self-help book, The Science of Getting Rich, highlights the value of optimism and an abundance mindset in achieving success and wealth. The author emphasizes the significance of keeping thankfulness, coordinating thoughts with deeds, and picturing and believing in one's accomplishment. The book provides timeless advice on using the law of attraction and taking proactive measures towards financial prosperity, even though some of the ideas may seem out of date. For a thorough grasp of wealth-building tactics, readers should, nevertheless, approach it critically and add to it with contemporary materials. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour through the pages of The Science of Getting Rich. I hope this summary has piqued your interest and inspired you to pick up this book. Whether you're a seasoned reader or a budding bookworm, there's something for everyone in this captivating story. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the book and this video. Did I miss anything important? What did you think of the ending? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more bookish treasures. And if you're feeling extra generous, consider sharing this video with your friends and family. Until next time, happy reading.